So today we will discuss the blood supply and the nerve supply to the nasal septum. So first we will discuss the blood supply to the nasal septum. The nasal septum, which is osteocartilaginous, the cartilaginous part is formed anteriorly by the septal cartilage as well as the septal process of the inferior nasal cartilage, and the bony part by the perpendicular plate as well as the bowman. So the two lines, one is vertical, another one is a transfer line, divides this nasal septum into four parts. One is antero-superior, then antero-inferior, and then posterior-superior and the posterior-inferior. So let's move with the antero-superior part. So this antero-superior, it is supplied by the two branches. One is anterior ethmoidal, another one is the posterior ethmoidal. These two branches, they are the branches. These two, anterior ethmoidal and the posterior ethmoidal, these are the branches of ophthalmic artery. And this ophthalmic artery is the branch of internal carotid artery. So this internal carotid artery, it gives ophthalmic artery, and this ophthalmic artery, it gives anterior ethmoidal and the posterior ethmoidal branches that supplies to the antero-superior part of the nasal septum. Then the antero-inferiorly, the labial branch, this is labial branch. The course of the facial artery, it moves lateral to the angle of the mouth and then sends two branches. One is superior labial, this is superior labial for the upper lip, and the another one is inferior labial for the lower lip. So this superior labial branch of the facial artery, it moves upward into the nasal cavity and supplies medially to this antero-inferior part of the nasal septum. One another branch known as the greater palatine. This is greater palatine, which is the branch of maxillary artery. The maxillary artery is having three parts: first, second, and third. So the greater palatine artery is the branch of third part of the maxillary artery. It passes from the greater palatine fossa and foramen. It passes through the greater palatine foramen, then moves laterally and ascends through the incisive fossa and supplies to the antero-inferior part, as well as some of the branches moves posteriorly to the posterior-inferior part of the nasal septum. Then posterior-superiorly, it is supplied by the sphenopalatine artery. This is the main artery. Sphenopalatine, this is the terminal branch of the maxillary artery. It passes through the pterygomaxillary fissure and lie in the pterygopalatine fossa, and from there it moves inside the nasal cavity through the sphenopalatine foramen, and this name is sphenopalatine artery. So this sphenopalatine artery, this is the main artery. It sends two branches. One is posterior medial, another one is lateral branches. So lateral moves to the lateral wall of the nose, and the medial branches moves to the medially, that is the septum. So this posterior superior is supplied by the posterior medial branches of the sphenopalatine artery, which is the branch of the maxillary artery, and this maxillary artery is the branch of external carotid artery. So the posterior inferior, it is supplied by the greater palatine artery, which is the branch of maxillary artery. Then this is the Cashel-Bach plexus. This is the area where the anastomosis of the sphenopalatine, superior labial, greater palatine, and anterior ethmoidal artery occurs. This is the plexus. This is the capillary plexus known as Cashel-Bach plexus, also known as Little's area or the epistaxis area. This is the common site of bleeding from the nose. So this is very important. This is the Cashel-Bach plexus formed by the anastomosis of sphenopalatine, greater palatine, superior labial, and anterior ethmoidal artery in the antero-inferior part of the nasal septum. So this is regarding to the blood supply of nasal septum.